Vapes. The future man's cigarette. We were once merely cavemen, sucking on burning tar sticks. But groundbreaking technology has brought us to today, mining tons of lithium for batteries and disposable vapes that taste like Tutti Frutti.
Coming in a multitude of shapes and sizes, not to mention an infinite number of flavors, vapes have revolutionized the smoking industry over the past 2 decades, getting adults and teens alike addicted, one milky cloud at a time.
I'm sure we all had that one friend who carried around an absolute brick of an e-cigarette that blew the most dense cloud of strawberry milk flavored vape possible. The coolest and most convenient part about these things was when your friend had to completely disassemble it every 30 minutes to add a new piece of cotton drenched in mystery milk. Man, you could hear someone ripping those big rigs a mile away.
These giant box mods were so popular, they literally had magazines dedicated to them. There were vape trick competitions. The most hardcore vapors had vape-themed weddings, seriously. And what's crazy to me is that I still see these giant box mods here and there. Usually when I'm at a stoplight and I look to the giant fucking truck next to me and see the bearded man in white Oakleys rip a fat fucking cloud before he peels his ass out of there at Mach fucking 10.
Whenever I think about people using those old brick mods, I instantly remember this Tumblr post from back in the day. I'm not against vaping, but man, vaping 2 inches from my face on the subway is a ridiculous asshole kind of move. This dude was billowing like he was auditioning for the role of Haunted House Fog Machine. The humidity in the whole car changed. He was ruining haircuts, just jump-starting the water cycle. Condensation was dripping down my glasses. People were slipping off poles. It was chaos. It was like watching one man try to terraform the moon. A planet with one dense, root beer-scented atmosphere, blocking out the sun and choking all life. The sheer number of flavors available out there is absolutely incredible. Black Winter, Mother's Milk and Cookies, Lush Ice, Grappleberry, American Patriots, Lava Flow, Cotton Clouds, Phoenix Sunset, Unicorn, Gold, Mr. Pepper, Dragon AIDS, OMG, and my personal favorite, Clear. The first version of the vape was way ahead of its time, being created in 1963 by Herbert A. Gilbert. That's 2 first names, but it didn't catch much attention. However, in 2004, the first viable version hit the market thanks to this king.
Sometime around 2013, the massive vape boom hit cities across the old US of A, and shops started popping up all over the place. Run almost exclusively by anybody that owned a Subaru WRX and a flat-brimmed Monster Energy hat that was about 3 sizes too big for his head. But to their credit, I will say they were really creative with the vape shop names. Much like the plethora of vape juices you just heard, vape shop names were a dime a dozen. We've got Riverwalk Vapors, Tobacco Joe's, Gourmet Vapor, Cloud 9, Cloud Zone, Digital Smoke, Vapor Vault, BioSteam Vape, Cloud X. We've got over here Vape City, and then we have Smoke City. We've even got Vapor Mania and Vapor Craziness. Vapor Lock, Vapor Land, I Vape, I Smoke, Galaxy Vape, The Smoke House, House of Vapes, Vaporwave, Captivate, and on and on and on. And these are all local to us within like a 10-mile radius. If we had made this video 5 years ago, the list would be even longer.
So as time went on, people realized, wow, the original cigarette was so small and convenient. Maybe we should go back. The rigs started getting smaller and smaller, and companies started popping up with more disposable e-cigs, one of which was the infamous Juul, which gained massive popularity around 2015, until they were eventually restricted so much with their flavors, they fell into irrelevance.
I still dream about mango Juul pods.
Which brings us to today, the most popular vapes on the market, the Elf Bar, and every brand of similar name and shape. A little rectangle that fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. And they're packing these babies with more and more hits every day. 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 puffs.
What's interesting about the state of vaping today is that companies like Juul were essentially regulated out of existence for having flavored nicotine, like mango or mint, which were apparently too enticing for minors. Okay, fair point. Yet, here we are in the year of our Lord 2024, and convenience stores and smoke shops everywhere sell unregulated nicotine vapes, flavored like peach ice or cotton candy, or any combination of flavors you could rightly assume were named by a 30-year-old man who likes to do fingerlight shows at raves. Perhaps even more interesting is the fact that most, if not all of these vapes are made in China and conveniently labeled for sale in the USA only. That seems chill. Epic even.
We are the guinea pigs for this technology, and it's going to be super awesome to find out what kind of new cancers we've developed in the next 20 years.
Now, we are not simply observers of vape mania, but full-on recovering addicts. Over a decade ago, at the ripe age of 18, I walked my stupid ass into a newly constructed vape shop and bought myself my first vape. And don't worry, I got 0% nicotine juice with that, because the idea of blowing big milky O's was apparently really fucking cool. That's where my addiction started. I was able to quit once or twice over the following years after I had upgraded to actual nicotine-laden juice, but I always came back to it. In fact, I had been vape-free for quite a while before we went on vacation to Hawaii with our friend Alex. Yeah, that Alex. That fateful day, all those years ago, instead of going to some beautiful beach while we were on vacation, we decided to drag our asses to the mall, where, yes, we bought ourselves some vapes. Trash got here, stuck with the 0% nicotine vape, but I went full force and got all the way back into nicotine. Hey, we all become addicted eventually, right? All jokes aside, I've sincerely struggled with quitting nicotine ever since. And nearly a decade later, have I finally begun to really wean off of nicotine, with the help of cinnamon toothpicks and a Wellbutrin prescription. I still crave the damn things daily.
Trying to quit can be an absolute bitch. So what are some alternatives? Well, they make these really cool fake vapes that are only triple the price of one disposable vape. And they basically just diffuse essential oils directly into your lungs. It's so freaking awesome. Much better than the real thing, right? I've been told Zyn is a good alternative to any inhalation device. I know a couple friends who live in Zyn City, pop a couple upper deckies, but them shits can give you a bonkers head high that will have you narfing in the bathroom at the Halloween party 3 years ago. My favorite option, however, is the toothpick. They make all sorts of flavored nicotine toothpicks these days. Or even caffeine if you're feeling wild. Not only do they help with the oral fixation I know you have, but they also just make you look cool as a motherfucker.
Vaping is among the final frontiers of unregulated substance abuse, but not necessarily one we need to explore any further. But as a society, we will probably continue to anyway, for decades to come, until we inevitably realize the damage it's doing to our bodies. If you don't vape, hey, good job, keep it up. Wouldn't wish this addiction on anybody. But if you do have the sweet tendrils of nicotine addiction locked around your throat, may the gods have mercy on your soul.